It is West Louisville and Audubon.
We're on.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah. Let's do a reading test first.
We'll get Lynn. Nolan.
Oh, wait. Y'all can just like switch buttons. If that works.
Oh, okay. So that means the aces does it. Okay, Nolan, buzzer you now. Give that to Gray. Good buzzer, good Nolan. Other side. Thanks, you said ace. And one more time.
Nolan, you're getting good practice.
All right.
There's a lot of exercise. Get everybody's brain going this morning.
All right, Brandon, you screen. Actually,
Nice.
all right, Bailey.
Switch the settings.
Bailey again. Okay, to Mason.
And
Bailey. Okay, welcome to round one. We have West Louisville and Audubon here today. I'm Elizabeth Hunter and I'll be your moderator. We're going to go ahead and get started. Toss it. At this opera's premiere, the librettist performed the role of Papa Gino. What is this opera that details the Queen of the Night's opposition to Tamino and Pamina, composed by Mozart and named for an enchanting instrument?
Our academic team governors have quick recall in Smith and Brown. That is correct. Both times.
Sorry. Okay. I'm
In
gonna.
my first official act as judge, I'm gonna throw out question number one.
Okay.
We're feeling super powerful over here,
That's
guys.
what she said to start. I didn't know she was making an announcement.
Oh, man.
Take two. Awesome. A $200 coat is on sale for 10% off. What is the new sales price of the coat?
What's over Brandon?
$180.
Correct. Bonus. An example of this type of sentence is, where are you going for vacation this year? What do we call this type of sentence that asks a question? Captain? No. Interrogative. Toss-up. Examples of them include collagen and keratin. They are important for building muscles. Name these macromolecules which are found in high amounts in meat.
Harvey Nolan.
Fat,
Incorrect.
What's over Brandon?
scales,
Incorrect. Proteins. Toss-up. Cities in this Kentucky region include Lexington, Frankfort, and Danville. The name of this region lends itself to Kentucky's state name. Identify this region of Kentucky named for the distinctive color of its ground covering.
Audubon Hayes.
Correct. Bonus. A fair coin is tossed 2 times. What is the probability of getting tails both times?
50%.
Incorrect. Captain?
1/5.
Incorrect. 1/4. Toss-up. Captain America's shield would be considered this element of theater productions. What is the name for objects used by actors?
Audubon Gray.
Correct. Bonus. Examples of these materials include bronze and brass. They are often stronger and harder than pure substances. What are these combinations mostly made of metals?
Minerals,
Incorrect. Captain?
steel,
Incorrect. Alloy. Toss-up. Identify the complete predicate in the following sentence. The dogs are running around the yard.
Russell McKay.
The dogs are running.
Incorrect.
Audubon Sydney.
Around the field.
Incorrect. Are running around the yard. Toss up. Founders of this company included Ronald Wayne and Steve Wozniak. It is currently led by Tim Cook and was previously led by Steve Jobs. What is the company?
Audubon Bird.
Apple.
Correct. Bonus. A number pattern starts with 12. The rule for the pattern is to add 7 to get to the next number in the pattern. What is the 4th number in this pattern?
33.
Correct. Toss-up. This compound word defines a popular sport played on a court. The first part of the compound word probably originally referred to something in which peaches were carried.
Russell McGrandon.
Basketball.
Correct. Bonus. This number is equal to how many father-son pairs have served as president. It is also equal to the number of terms one can serve as president and the number of time zones in Kentucky. What is this number also equal to the number of houses in the United States Congress?
I designate Bailey.
2. Correct. Toss up. He won a Nobel Prize for his work on the photoelectric effect. His namesake field equations explain the theories of relativity. Identify this scientist known for his equation E equals mc.
Russell McKay.
Albert Einstein.
Correct. Bonus. Dance movements associated with this adjective include twist turns, swing rocks, and rise falls. By definition, movement of this type involves moving around the central axis of the body, better known as the spine. What type of dance movement does not move through space and is commonly referred to as anchored movement?
I designate music. Slow dancing.
Incorrect.
I
Captain?
designate ace. Non-locomotive.
Correct. Toss up. A parallelogram has 4 equal sides and 4 equal angles. What is the most specific name given to this quadrilateral?
Russell McKay.
Equilateral.
Incorrect.
Audubon Bird.
Rhombus.
Incorrect. Square. Toss up. This cyclical process relies on both divergent and convergent reasoning. Steps in it include proposing a question, generating a hypothesis, and running experiments to test the hypothesis. Give this term for the processes used.
Audubon Noah.
Scientific method.
Correct. Bonus. Latin for tail, this musical term can range from just a few measures to a large portion of the work. Identify the end passage that brings music to a close, commonly symbolized by an oval that contains oversized crosshairs. Captain?
No answer.
Coda. Toss-up. In his final speech, this man proclaimed, "We've got some difficult days ahead, but I've been to the mountaintop." His speech at the Lincoln Memorial in 19...
Audubon Hayes.
Martin Luther King Jr.
Correct. Bonus. Though he has a better known title, he was the Duke of Vesuve, and he is associated with both the Age of Exploration and the Atlantic slave trade. He spurred the development of his country's exploration of Western Africa and the Atlantic, named as Portuguese royal.
No answer.
Captain?
I designate anybody. Christopher Columbus.
Incorrect. Henry. Toss-up. One definition for this homograph is a knot tied with two loops and two loose ends. When used as a verb and pronounced a different way, it also means to bend the head or upper part of the body as a sign of respect or greeting. What three-letter word also?
Russell Brandon.
Bow.
Correct. Bonus. Its angle is always equal to the angle of incidence. It can be contrasted with diffraction and refraction. What is this bouncing light which allows you to see yourself in a mirror?
Reflection.
Correct. Toss-up. M.C. Escher explored this principle of art frequently through his many tessellations. In music, this is defined as the placement of sounds in time. What principle of art is epitomized by patterns and repetition?
Russell Bailey.
Cubism.
Incorrect.
Audubon Gray.
Texture.
Incorrect. Rhythm. Toss-up. A pint of strawberries cost $3 at the local produce stand. If Marie needs 2 quarts of strawberries, how much will that cost?
Russell
$12.
Correct. Bonus. He was born in 1809 near present-day Hodgenville, Kentucky. He was married to Mary Todd in 1842. Name this president during the U.S. Civil War. No. Okay. All right, that is the end of the first half. Now begins our 3-minute inquiry.
Also, guys, I need a favor. If you could just wait and make sure that you let him say your name before you speak. I know that it's hard because you're like on fire. Y'all are killing it today, I can tell. But you just make sure that you let him get your name out of his mouth before you speak, okay? Thank you.
You did so good. I need to switch some people around.
Talk for me when I walk down the hallway. Behind my back. You guys are doing great.
Thank you.
Tucker. It's okay, Tucker, I forgot to. We're ready.
Okay.
You can do a written test for new people. And just keep on that one.
Grace. Ace. Keelan. Isaac. Tucker. Bailey. Brandon. All right, ready for round 2. Toss-up. These objects are an important part of Japanese noir theater. They are often worn during the rituals of African and Native American tribes to represent ancestors or deities. What types of objects are worn over a person's face to make them look like someone?
Audubon Gray.
Mask.
Correct. Bonus. This American Civil War battle took place in Pennsylvania. The forces of George Meade were able to repel attacks by the forces of Robert E. Lee, halting Lee's invasion of the North. Name this bloody battle of the U.S. Civil War associated with a namesake speech by Lincoln.
I designate these. Battle of Gettysburg.
Correct. Toss-up. The monotremes are examples of these animals that lay eggs. Others include the marsupials, such as koalas and kangaroos. Name these animals which produce milk for their young and typically
Audubon, correct?
Mammals.
correct. Bonus. The 2021 Caldecott winning book is based upon indigenous-led movements to protect this natural resource. In the book, it calls for action against the black snake, which poisons and destroys this resource that Native Americans refer to as the first medicine. What natural resource makes up rivers, lakes, and streams?
Water.
Correct. Toss-ups. If you were to add the total number of sides on a quadrilateral, hexagon, and decagon, what would the total be?
West Louisville, Brandon.
20.
Correct. Bonus. This musical element can be described as either consonant or dissonant. What word comes from the Greek for to join things up and refers to the combination of notes into chords? Captain?
Melody.
Incorrect. Harmony. Toss-up. They are similar to hornworts and liverworts, making up bryophyta. I apologize. They lack complex vascular tissue. Name these simple plants often found growing on rocks.
West Louisville, Bailey.
Moss.
Correct. Bonus. Karen is making sweet tea. She wants to add 100 grams of sugar for every quart of sweet tea. If she makes a gallon of sweet tea, how many grams of sugar should she add?
400 grams.
Correct. Toss-up. It's a multi-hour flight from San Francisco west to this historic oceanfront site. The site is associated with a date that President Franklin Roosevelt said would live in infamy, December 7, 1941. Name this location bombed by Japan, which sparked U.S. interest.
West Louisville, Bailey.
Pearl Harbor.
Correct.
Time out. Is that, I'm sorry. Did you get it correct? Mm-hmm. I'll hold my time.
Bonus. West Louisville. Okay, the title character in this novel runs away with her dog, HMS Beagle, and meets Miles and Lincoln. In what 2007 Newbery Award-winning novel by Susan Patron did the title character realize that Bridget, her father's ex-wife, wanted to adopt her rather than abandon her?
I designate Tucker racing in the rain.
Incorrect. Captain? The Higher Power of Love.
Time out. This is actually, I don't think this should count. I don't know. The timer, I think, was set to 15 minutes. You only get 10 minutes.
So that means that we get 5 minutes, we've got about 5 minutes have elapsed.
Do you want me to just like keep going and stop at 5?
Stop at 5.
That's fine.
This is so kind of like.
You shouldn't have that much time left. Your blood pressure can only take 10 minutes.
Ready? Toss-up. This word names the only work Michelangelo ever signed. What is this representation of the Virgin Mary mourning over Christ's dead body, Italian for pity?
West Louisville, Bailey.
Resurrection.
Incorrect. Pieta. Toss-up. These simple animals belong to the phylum Porifera. They should not be confused with synthetic varieties of products that look like their skeletons. What are these creatures which may sometimes be used for cleaning?
Russell with Brendan.
Sponges.
Correct. Bonus. This author tackles complex issues such as racism, terminal illness, and the Holocaust. She wrote 4 books that take place in the same universe, including Sun, Messenger, Gathering Blue, and The Giver. What author wrote Number the Stars?
No answer.
Captain?
I designate Lewis Lowry.
Correct. Toss-up. This form of precipitation has elevated levels of hydrogen ions. It is caused by emissions of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide. What is this term for precipitation that can cause damage to buildings and cars over time?
Russell with Isaac.
Tail.
Incorrect.
Audubon Gray.
Erosion.
Incorrect. Acid rain. Toss-up. Multiple answers. The square root of 90 falls between what 2 integers?
Russell with Brendan.
3 and 30.
Incorrect.
Audubon Gray.
30 and 60.
Incorrect. 9 and 10. Toss-up. They can have genetic material made of either DNA or RNA. Whether they are living is debated, as they must have a host to survive and reproduce. Identify these pathogens, which include the causes of HIV and COVID-19.
Audubon Gray.
Diseases.
Incorrect.
Computer is not working. Russell with Tucker.
Virus.
Correct. Bonus. Within art, this term applies to 5 main types, one of which is curved. What component of art possesses length and is defined as a point moving in space?
Cubism.
Incorrect. Captain?
Lines.
Correct. Toss-up. State your answer as a mixed number. Pizzas are cut into 8 pieces each. If Donna takes 20 pieces of pizza to feed the students in her class, how many pizzas did she take?
Audubon Hayes.
2 and 1/2.
Correct. Bonus. This future state became part of the United States as part of the Adams-Onis Treaty in 1819. It was governed in December 2021 by Ron DeSantis. Name this state home to Jacksonville, Miami, and Orlando.
Florida.
Correct.
Time out. He's talking at 5, is that what we're doing? Talking at 5. Yeah. Yes.
I'm looking at
You got it too, okay.
Also,
Yeah, because that's the thing, I haven't seen it, so
Sure.
normally I'm not, like, we're kind of at an angle or something, I can see it.
What's your number for, also supposed to be 5 or 6?
10.
Okay, all right.
Toss-up. What punctuation mark should end this sentence? David, does this hat belong to you?
Russell with Brendan.
Question mark.
Correct. Bonus. They typically move an object toward the person or object acting on it. They are contrasted with pushes. What are these forces which name a certain compound machine used for lifting objects?
I designate Isaac Mess.
Incorrect. Captain?
Bulls.
Correct. Toss-up. Though this actor found success portraying a baseball player, he is perhaps better known for his portrayal of a Marvel superhero. The actor is remembered for roles that include Jackie Robinson and the Black Panther. Who is this actor?
Russell Brandon.
Hesitation. Who is this actor who died of colon cancer in 20?
Audubon Gray.
Chatterbox.
Correct. Bonus. This is a lightweight boat that is pointed at both ends and usually propelled with one or more paddles. Some versions are called dugouts, while others are similar to kayaks. Identify these boats often associated with Native American cultures.
And
That's
that's
Okay, guys, again,
Yeah, 3-minute inquiry period. Or no, yes, 3-minute inquiry period.
good game, guys. Good job. Good job. Nice, guys. I want you to take the flower. I know, she looked like, you can't write that all, but
Wait, what?
you guys did great. Good job,
Oh,
West Wilson, you guys knocked it out. Good job.
I'm gonna mute the stream. watching. Okay, you guys are good. You're no longer muted.
All right, we're ready for round 2 of free call. I'm Elizabeth Hunter. I'm going to be your moderator. I believe we need to get some names before we get started.
I mean, everyone on the bench over there.
Oh. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, those. So you got the ones that are up.
CIEL, Landon,
And Muhammad.
I feel like my hair is long on the entire screen for everyone, so I feel like I need to apologize. Like, sorry. You can say it's not. It's fine. We all know it really is, and that's okay. You know. I love it. I guess that one.
Yeah. Oh, say the two. Sorry.
Go to round setup.
Sure, yeah. But it still has the.
It still has, yeah.
Wait, we need a.
Yes, it's right.
bring it back, bring it back.
I already said
Teach.
We're having fun.
so much.
You guys have 6 players? All right, we're missing one name. We're gonna redo it. We got Ciela, Mohammed, and who's the third? Landon. And then on team 2, we need AES. Oh,
Oh.
It's 15 minutes.
Which one, Paula? Which one? It's 15 minutes. Oh, yeah, 10 minutes.
Which one?
yeah.
Okay. He'll do a ring.
All right, now I think we're ready for a ring interest. So let's start over here, James. All right, and I want to say blue. Are you trying to do James?
That
Oh,
sounds
great.
Wait, did somebody accidentally
Okay,
write in?
click that one again, James. Okay,
This is awesome. That's weird.
This is so fun. This is so
all
fun.
right, try again, James, see what happens. And that one's and go switch. I don't know, we didn't pick any of them after the first round. All right, try one more time, James.
Come on, Jenny.
There it is. Oh, wait, you have to take one. Oh, that's fine. Okay, ready? Stop. Everybody stop. Okay, reset it. James, hit your buzzer. Okay, say blue, hit your buzzer. See what it says. Okay, say blue, hit your Sonoma.
Okay, I feel like
I feel like something's weird's happening. Okay, give that one. No, Nolan, you go sit down.
Okay.
And that's a James. All right, James, hit that one again. See what it says. And that's Layla. Oh my gosh. All right, Layla, hit that green one.
so fun when it's all started.
Hit the green one.
Sydney.
Cindy's not even up here. Oh gosh. Do we need to go this way?
Yeah.
No, hang
Hello, world.
see.
There's no sound. No, she unmuted it a minute. It's muted. No, she said.
Somebody said there's no sound on it.
Okay, we'll get it before we get started. Now we can hear all of it.
Well, I'm just waiting.
Hello, world.
These are the names for your fierce competitors. Really get to you. So it's in your life. All right, we're gonna try it again, right? Here we go, y'all. All right, James. James doesn't have one. James doesn't even have one.
And then
I'm sorry. All right.
Oh
my
gosh.
All right, James. Okay, stay blue. Okay, Addie. Oh, we have two say blue? No, I think we reset. Okay. All right, Layla. Okay, Nolan. And Gray. Ace. And Riley. Did we get that unmuted?
I tried, I don't know what it is, and now we've gotten all
All right, deep breath.
Wait, is it?
Here we go. Toss up. West Africa's djembe and modern so-called kits made by Pearl and Ludwig are examples of this musical instrument. These,
South James.
correct. Bonus. A spinner is divided into equal sectors with 3 colored red and 5 colored green. As a fraction, what is the probability of the spinner landing on green? Incorrect. Captain?
5/8.
Correct. Toss up. Along with the colossal variety, they are the largest of their kind. These animals are members of the mollusk phylum and the cephalopod class. Identify these giant relatives of...
South Abbey.
Incorrect. Identify these giant relatives of the octopus.
Audubon Ace.
Tentacles?
Incorrect. Squid. Toss up. An example of this type of sentence structure is, you will face many defeats in life, but never let yourself be defeated. What kind of sentence contains 2 or more independent clauses joined by a conjunction?
South James.
Complex.
Incorrect.
Audubon Ace.
Calm down.
Correct. Bonus. Before taking her current position, she was a professor at the University of Notre Dame. She is the 5th woman to serve on the prestigious judicial body she belongs to. Identify the Supreme Court member confirmed in October 2020. Captain? Incorrect. Barrett. Toss up. A folk dance named after this creature involves couples mimicking courtship or sword fights. That dance is native to Italy, and it was originally performed to relieve the effects of a namesake fight. Identify this spider from which the tarantella gets its name.
Audubon Nolan.
Tarantula? Correct. Bonus. According to the commutative property of addition, 7 plus 8 is equal to what other addition problem?
8 plus 7.
Correct. Toss up. Animals classified in this way include humans and dogs. They are contrasted with carnivores and herbivores.
South Cebu.
Correct. Bonus. In this 2021 Newbery Award-winning book, Lily, with help from her sister and friend Ricky, tries to help her halomini. One of the title creatures attempts to make a deal with Lily for her to bring back what her halomini took from them so that her halomini would become healthy again. What is this book written by Tay Keller?
No answer.
Captain?
No answer.
When You Trap a Tiger. Toss-up. The ability to perform this act is known as suffrage. Doing this by mail was a topic of debate during the 2020 elections. Identify this process.
Faust say vote.
Incorrect. Identify this process by which we elect our government officials.
Audible, correct?
Voting.
Correct. Bonus. A sonata typically comprises one movement of this type of large-scale work. Beethoven used the names eroica and pastoral for two compositions of this type. What is this form of work of which Haydn wrote over 100?
Symphony.
Correct. Toss-up. Consider the expression 3x plus 5y plus 8x plus 12y. What is the result when the like terms are combined?
Faust added.
28.
Incorrect.
Audible, correct?
28 extra.
Incorrect. 11x plus 17y.
Time out. Substitution. Okay, what's it? Okay, I couldn't see if it was on his little.
We didn't, we're
No,
not.
it's okay, I just didn't, I couldn't. Thank you. Okay.
Good job, guys.
Substitution.
Okay?
I didn't say anything. I didn't know. I was gonna say
Good job.
All right, we're gonna, just because of the buzzer situation, we're gonna double check the buzzer before we do check our bid. So, Mohammed, will you press yours? All right, all the rest should be good.
What was that?
Oh, sorry. And Zach.
This is gonna.
Okay. All right, continuing. Awesome. Fluids can be gases or this state of matter.
Audible, correct?
Incorrect. They have a fixed volume, but not a fixed shape. What is this phase of matter, an example of which is water at room?
Faust James.
Correct. Bonus. He became a national hero for his role in the War of 1812 at the Battle of New Orleans. He was known by the nickname Old Hickory. Identify the 7th President of the United States.
Andrew Jackson.
Judge?
Andrew Jackson, Johnson first, sorry. Oh, sorry. So then I said.
Oh,
Sorry, guys, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Do we replace that with anything? Okay, toss up.
Sorry, guys.
One example of these written works features the Joestar family and is written by Hirohiko Araki. Other characters in these include Ichigo Kurosaki, Light Yaga.
I would say book.
Incorrect. Other characters in these include Ichigo Kurosaki, Light Yagamagi, and Son Goku. Identify these Japanese graphic novels with which are often adapted into anime, with examples such as Death Note and Naruto.
I don't know.
Comic books?
Incorrect. Manga. Toss-up. An example of this type of artwork is the Laughing Cavalier. The Mona Lisa is the most famous of this type of painting. What type of artwork is a representation?
Travis James.
Correct. Bonus. 4 moons of Jupiter are collectively named for this scientist. His advocacy of heliocentrism led to conflict with the Catholic Church. Name this Italian astronomer known for his famous telescope. Captain?
I designate no one.
Galileo Galilei. Correct. Awesome. If 10x plus 20 is equal to 100, what is the value of x? Correct. Bonus. Louisiana and Alaska do not use these geographical divisions. Kentucky has the 4th most of any state, with 120. What is this term? Examples of which include Hardin, Warren, and Jefferson.
Presidents?
Incorrect. Captain?
County?
Correct. Toss-up. One of this author's best-known works tells of a boy who would gather leaves from the title character to make crowns and play king of the forest. In addition to The Giving Tree, he wrote the song A Boy Named Sue and numerous poetry anthologies. Identify this author, known for collections like Falling Up, A Light in the Attic, and Where the Sidewalk Ends. Silverstein. Toss-up. Examples of this type of composition include a triumphal, one composed by Verdi, and a wedding, one written by Mendelssohn. For what form of composition? All right, that ends the first half. 3 minutes for you.
It's so kind of singing.
Hello, world.
They made
I really got a lot. I got a lot. Ow! Hit myself.
I know.
Do you remember the pronounce? That one is.
If
you could answer questions.
I wanted to do a very unjudging thing and say, we're always on time. Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to, like, you're like,
And anyway, she's over here reading these anime things, and he's giggling at us reading these anime things. And I'm like, honey, I thought it was manja. You guys are
What? Pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, let me make sure this timer doesn't go off. Okay, second half. Do we have any substitutions?
Wait, so let's do,
All right, so let's bring in CL. Is that how you say your name, CL? Everyone else is the same? All right, second half, here we go. Toss up. In the 2021 hit, Face Off, this man has lines that begin, it's about drive, it's about,
Mouse James.
correct. Bonus. Its units are known as papali. It is an example of a muscular organ. What is this organ important for speaking and taste? Correct. Toss up. Leave your answer in terms of pi. A circle has a diameter of 10 units. In square units, what is the area of the circle?
Audubon Gray.
3 5.
Incorrect.
House said blue.
Incorrect. 25 pi. Toss up. This explorer crossed the Isthmus of Panama in 1513. For a time, he served as governor of the provinces of Panama and Cuba. Named this Spanish explorer the first European to see the Pacific Ocean from the New World.
Mouse James.
Incorrect. Balboa. Toss up. This book by Javaka Steptoe won both the 2017 Caldecott and the Coretta Scott King Awards. What picture book biography is about artist Jean-Michel Basquiat?
Audubon Noah.
Hesitation. Radiant Child. Toss up. Known as the mother of modern dance, this woman choreographed the ballets Cave of the Heart and Maple Leaf Rag. Identify this student of Ruth St. Denis and Ted Shawn, best known for her choreography of Appalachian Spring.
Audubon Gray.
Correct. Bonus. Most of them are prokaryotes, but the eukaryotic ones were once classified as protists. They are contrasted with all animals, plants, and fungi. Give this term for organisms with only one cell. Captain?
Actually,
Incorrect. Unicellular. Toss-up. The 4th grade class is going on a field trip. Each bus can hold 40 students. If there are 340 students in the 4th grade, how many buses will be needed for the field trip?
I'll say move.
Correct. Bonus. This bird of prey is found primarily in North America. The largest ones have been found in Alaska and weigh up to 17 pounds. Identify this national bird of the United States. Correct. Toss-up. This British author wrote The Witches, The Twits, and George's Marvelous Judge. Sorry. This British author wrote The Witches, The Twits, and George's Marvelous Medicine. What author is better known for writing James and the Giant Peach and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Thomas James.
Hesitation. Roald Dahl.
Said Ronald.
Toss-up. Most members of this family of instruments have a section that amplifies sound called the sound box. This family of instruments is the largest in the
I'll say move.
Correct. Bonus. Ones known as typhoons originate in the Pacific Ocean. The more commonly discussed variety in America are hurricanes, which originate in the Atlantic. What are these storms, which are often very large and cause great coastal damage?
Tropical storm?
Incorrect. Captain?
Tsunami?
Incorrect. Tropical cyclone. Toss-up. The sides of a triangle are 3 units, 7 units, and 9 units. What is the best name for the triangle based on lengths of the sides?
Hold on, hang on, Jace.
All right, there you go. I'll say move.
Scaly?
Correct. Bonus. This English colony was named after a queen of England. The colony was founded by George Calvert, who was also known as Lord Baltimore. Identify this state with modern capital at Annapolis. Captain?
Delaware?
Incorrect. Maryland.
Time out.
Me, I'm
You know, it's still injured. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I just
That's right, I'm gonna take a little bit.
What if you don't have to?
Because you said song. Then we don't know.
She didn't ever get on it at all.
He's really weird because, like, he's less open
Awesome.
We need reading test.
Okay, Caleb. Okay, toss-up. This part of speech takes the place of a noun in a sentence. What?
Audubon.
Pronoun? Correct. Bonus. Perhaps best known for a work that includes scenes from Genesis, this man also sculpted Madonna of the Steps. Identify this member of the High Renaissance whose creation of Adam can be found on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel.
I designate no one.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Incorrect. Captain? Incorrect. Michelangelo. Toss-up. Scientists in this field work closely with volcanologists and geologists. They may frequently use tools like the Richter scale and study faults in plate tectonics. Incorrect. Give this term for the study of earthquakes and related topics.
Audubon.
Geologist.
Incorrect. Seismology. Toss-up. There are 20 students in Miss Hindle's class. 3/4 of Miss Hindle's students play tag at recess. How many students play tag? Correct. Bonus. This group is known for simple living, plain dress, and pacifism. They are closely related to Mennonite churches. Name this religious group known for their rejection of much of modern technology.
Amish.
Correct. Toss-up. This punctuation mark is often used to point the reader to footnotes or another annotation. They typically have 5 or 6 points. What is this star-like punctuation mark? Hesitation?
Audubon.
Point. Incorrect. Asterisk. Toss-up. The magnetic ones Earth has are thought to reverse on large timescales, and they aren't exactly the same as Earth's geological ones. On magnets or batteries, they are sometimes labeled correct. Bonus. These people are often responsible for overseeing everything in a theater production. Who is responsible for running rehearsals, casting your actors, and providing vision for how the play will be performed? Correct. Toss-up. This man was credited with holding a record 1,093 patents. He was known as the Wizard of Menlo Park. Who is this inventor known for his light bulb?
Don't get clear with talk about
3-minute inquiry period.
We're not gonna let
I don't
everybody
know.
know.
You-
Yeah, I know. Other room, it's like really, it's slow everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm also. Good job. Congratulations.
So we can be on that. We get to go say redemption round.
We've got buzzers. I'm like that. You're busy. It's my own inquiry. You're
Inquire on their own call.
Good job. I'll let you know what's okay. Now we're going to take a break. Now we're going to take a break. Okay. Alright, y'all can take the bathroom break on YouTube real quick, whatever y'all need to do. Oh, Laura. Yeah. So we had several times in here that. We're back. Welcome. Cooperate and like, we just said, let's look at the things around. Do you want, I mean, there were two documented, I think it's, and it wasn't down internet or it's the computer or, I don't think it's not the system. Okay. I think it's something else. Well, I mean, there were two unconsistent questions where there was, you know, and so the other thing is you're closer to hearing everyone, like he's clicking play. So, do you have any suggestions to improve that?
I just think when everyone keeps buzzing, it's just basically and it takes a second to.
So she knows Brandon.
You're wired in.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's working besides that. It's like one buzz at a time. If I'm clicking with more than the other buzzing, it's all good. If I'm trying to click the buzzing, then it'll just stop.
I'm right next to him.
I think that's just the system of the big
I'm trying to use the left hand. I'm the one sitting here. I'm left-handed. I use my right hand to listen so I can
Eat something. Take this one and then maybe come back on the next call. Just say we have the one room from now on. Would you stand up? Would you care to stay here for a second? I left my coffee in the other room.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, I'll stay.
Yeah, I know, people are so different when I use this.
I wonder what room this is. That's what this is. Probably also have to get I think that's enough. Wait, honestly, I hope
So we've got
Good
I turned it off.
I don't think anyone ever turned it off.
Okay.
And for your training, you know.
Here we go, ready?
Run down the front. Like this one.
So, I mean, it's just like. Can you see the West Louisville names?
Yeah, all right. All right, you can try reading this.
Okay, so let's go ahead. West Louisville, Isaac. Just got Sydney.
Let me just, I'm trying to switch this out.
Okay.
There's 15 minutes on the timer, by the way.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Okay, just want to let you know.
Yeah, all right.
Switch it again.
Okay.
Alright,
What's with
Mason?
Mason? We'll eventually do it. Okay, try again. There we go. Okay, so West Louisville Bailey, West Louisville Brandon, West Louisville Mason. Awesome. Okay, so Audubon Nolan, Audubon Crane, and Ace, and Sydney. Okay, that's right. Nope, time.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so welcome to round 3. My name is Sherry Sanders. I'll be moderating, and our judge will be Barbie Morse Irby. Do we have any questions? Make sure all our phones are off if you have any on. Okay, ready. All right, toss up 1. A particular type of these are the amniotic ones. They are laid by birds, reptiles, most fish, and even a few mammals.
Already know it?
Eggs. That's correct. Bonus Audubon. Advocates for the ERA often argue this amendment in Civil Rights Act did not go far enough. Advocates for it were known as suffragettes. What was this amendment that gave the women the right to vote? That's correct. Toss up 3. A descendant of the Middle Eastern shawm, this instrument was a principal woodwind in the 17th century orchestra. What double-reed instrument was used to portray the duck in Peter and the Wolf?
Correct.
That's correct. Bonus 4. A parallelogram has 4 sides of equal length but no 90-degree angles. What is the most accurate name for this shape?
Rectangle?
Incorrect, Captain. Correct answer, rhombus. Toss up 5. State the gerund phrase in the following sentence. Taking my dog for a walk.
What's over, Brandon?
Correct. State the gerund phrase in the following sentence. Taking my dog for a walk is fun.
Already know it.
My dog?
Incorrect. Correct answer, taking my dog for a walk. Toss up 6. As a composer, this piano virtuoso invented the symphonic poem and became a prominent representative of the New German School. A member of the Romantic era, he was responsible for both the Dante Symphony and Faust Symphony, who paid homage to his homeland in Hungarian rhapsodies.
What's over, Mason?
Beethoven.
Incorrect.
Alderman Davis.
Incorrect. It's list. Toss up 7. State the indirect object in the following sentence. Andrea loaned me her purse.
Russell Bailey.
Lonely.
Incorrect.
Alderman Owen.
Purse. Incorrect. Me. Toss up 8. According to Newton, this quantity is equal to the mass times acceleration. Common examples are pushes and pulls. What is this term for anything that acts on a given object?
Russell Brandon.
Gravity.
Incorrect.
Alderman Owen.
Friction.
Incorrect. Force. Toss up 9. George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, and Theodore Roosevelt are associated with this location. This location,
Russell Mason.
Mount Rushmore.
that is correct. Bonus 10. A quadrilateral has only one pair of opposite sides parallel. What is the best name for this shape?
Rhombus.
Incorrect, Captain.
Triangle.
Incorrect. Trapezoid. Toss up 11. Along with a German scholar, he independently developed the theory of calculus. He also did work on optics and gravitation. He was a scientist best known for his laws of motion.
Alderman Davis.
Newton. Correct. Bonus 12. He is known, among other things, for conflict with the Winklevoss twins. He is the topic of the film The Social Network. Identify this man associated with leadership at Meta and Facebook. Captain.
Mark Zuckerberg.
That's correct. Toss up 13. A right rectangular prism has dimensions of 3 units, 5 units, and 10 units. In cubic units, what is the volume?
Russell Bailey.
Okay. In cubic units, what is the volume of the prism? $150. Toss up 14. In this novel, the title character agrees to take care of Ruby, a baby elephant, and discovers the portrait of his fellow.
Alderman Owen.
The one on the iPhone.
That is correct. Bonus 15. During this part of a theater production, actors wear their full costume and makeup, but without an audience present. What is his final rehearsal before opening night of a play? Captain.
Rehearsal.
Incorrect. Dress rehearsal. Toss up 16. Anna is making a list of all the positive factors of 16. How many positive factors does the number 16 have?
Alderman Davis.
Incorrect.
Russell Brandon.
4.
Incorrect. 5. Toss up 17. One of the title characters of this fable worked all summer and early fall to store up food for the coming winter, while the other title character spent his summer singing and dancing. Name this fable whose moral is. Okay. Name this fable whose moral is there is a time to work and a time to.
Alderman Owen.
The ant and the grasshopper.
That's correct. Bonus 18. Examples of these rocks include siltstone and limestone. They are typically made of accumulated minerals and may easily break apart. Identify these rocks contrasted with the igneous and metamorphic kinds.
Italic.
Incorrect. Captain.
Sandstone.
Incorrect. Sedimentary. Toss up 19. He was a major general in the American Continental Army during the American Revolution.
Alderman Davis.
George Washington.
Incorrect. He was a major general in the American Continental Army during the American Revolution who defected to the British side in 1780 and became a brigadier general for the British. What is the most famous American traitor? Or who is? Sorry.
Russell Bailey.
Incorrect. Benedict Arnold. Toss-up 20. During this time period of art, artists continued to paint religious images, but also created images of Greek and Roman mythology. With a name that means rebirth, during what art movement did Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Leonardo da Vinci work?
Russell Bailey.
Cubism.
Incorrect.
Audubon Gray.
Incorrect. The Renaissance. Toss-up 21. In certain organisms, this stage is combined with the pupa. Examples include caterpillars, give this term for early stages of a life cycle after the egg.
Russell Brandon.
Incorrect.
Audubon Nolan.
Larva.
That is correct. Bonus 22. It shares its name with a small difference in spelling with a German city that is a major center for world finance. It lies within a similarly named county and is home to Kentucky State University. What is this capital city of Kentucky? Correct. Toss-up 23. Cards containing each letter of the alphabet are placed in a box. One card is drawn at random. As a fraction, what is the probability of picking either F or G?
Russell Brandon.
226.
Incorrect.
Audubon Gray.
113.
That is correct. Bonus 24. Please spell your answer. This word can refer to an empty volume, such as much of outer space, or a household carpet cleaning appliance. Spell vacuum.
I designate ace.
VACCU. Incorrect.
I designate Bailey. VACUME.
Incorrect. VACUUM. Toss up 25. In 2016, this man created the Boring Company and began selling flamethrowers that could be used against a zombie apocalypse. While planning a space endeavor,
Russell Isaac.
that's correct. Bonus 26. Jacob is writing a poem. He writes 10 words on the first line, 12 words on the second line, and 14 words on the third line. If he continues his pattern, how many words will he write on the 8th line?
6.
Incorrect. Hesitation. It's 24. Toss up 27. The earliest version of this fairy tale about a young girl is said to have originated in Europe. The versions were also written by Charles Perrault and the Brothers Grimm. So it's a 3-man inquiry. He said, yeah.
Wait, so what's?
Yeah, that's the first time I've gotten to the second.
We threw 3 questions.
Nice job. Where's Hayden? Where do you need him?
Hey, no, you did good on that.
Yeah.
I was later. I should have said it.
No,
I should have said it sooner. He's so hate oh my God. I pictured it, but like.
That's fine.
It's
No, all understand.
stuff like that. We're gonna say. That's next.
Take a deep breath, smile.
So do we need to finish the 3 minute or we get to, you would? Yeah. So let's go ahead and do another test. So let's do, West Louisville, let's do Tucker, Bailey, Brandon, and Mason. Okay, so for Audubon, Keelan, Ace, Gray, and Nolan. All right, are you ready for the second half? Okay, all right, toss up one. Most of the Great Plains and Prairie States belong to this region, given its name for its production of cereals. An alternate meaning of this word refers to a person's stomach. What is this region of the U.S. named for its production of grain?
Idaho.
Incorrect.
Ohio.
Incorrect. Breadbasket. Toss up two. Pen name, please. The main library at the University of San Diego, Geisel Library, is named for this author. His works feature characters such as Wutzler, Bartholomew Cubbins, Cindy Lou Who, and Sam I Am. That is correct. Bonus three. Often hung from a wire, modern examples of this instrument consist of an open corner. Identify this percussion instrument named for its resemblance to a geometric shape.
Triangle.
That's correct. Toss up four. This process is also known as the hydrologic cycle. It involves steps such as evaporation, condensation, and precipitation.
Water cycle.
That's correct. Bonus five. Maria wants to increase her doll collection by 25%. She currently has 40 dolls. How many dolls will Maria have after the increase? Captain? Incorrect. 50. Toss up six. The opposite of this literary device are litotes, which refer to intentional understatements. An example would be saying, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
And hyperbole.
That is correct. Bonus seven. Subtypes of this substance used by artists include grasso and sottile. By smoothing canvas or plaster, this substance provides ground for oil or tempera paint. What is the Italian name for this mixture of chalk and glue?
Pastel.
Incorrect. Captain.
Plaster.
Incorrect. Gesso. Toss up eight. One of these bodies of water lies between Argentina and Chile and is called the Beagle. One of the most famous lies between Britain and France. Identify this term for a passage of water that links two larger bodies of water which are wider than straits.
No.
Incorrect.
River.
Incorrect. Channel. Toss up nine. Many examples of this structure contain a subportion where ribosomes are made called the nucleosis. They share their name with a similar but much smaller part of atoms. Identify the central area of the cell where genetic material is stored.
DNA.
Incorrect. Nucleus. Toss up 10. State your answer as a mixed number. What is the sum between 4 and 2/5 added to 7 and 1/5?
Brandon. 11 and 3/5.
That is correct. Bonus 11. This can be considered as a goal of capitalism. It is a desired outcome of any business deal. Give this term for money earned minus expenses.
Profit.
That is correct. Toss up 12. At a restaurant, the total cost of the food ordered is $75. The sales tax on the bill is $4.50. If you want to pay a total of $100, how much of a tip would you add to the total bill? Hesitation.
$10.
Incorrect, $20.50. Toss-up 13. One of these is roughly equal to 3.3 feet. There are 1,000 of them in a common unit of measurement used instead of miles. Name this SI-based unit of distance.
Kilometer?
Incorrect.
Acres.
Incorrect. Meter. Toss-up 14. This author was from Massachusetts and loosely.
Sorry, I accidentally.
This author was from Massachusetts and loosely based her books off of her and her sister's experiences. What author wrote Joe's Boys, Little Men, and Little Women?
Listen, we shouldn't be able to.
You should be able to do it.
But.
Yeah, we just throw it out. It's okay. But it was great.
He said that it was.
Right. Toss-up 15. The modern version of this Native American dance was created by Tony Whitecloud in the 1930s. What is this show dance that features a solo dancer dancing with a dozen or more circular rings the dance gets its name from?
$12 rings.
Incorrect.
Ring dance.
Incorrect. The hoop dance. Toss-up 16. The presence of a curved line above or below a group of notes indicates that those notes should be played in this manner. Name this technique of playing notes in a smooth, connected way that lacks breaks.
Tie.
Incorrect.
And not.
Incorrect. Legato. Toss-up 17. This body is a bicameral organization, meaning it has two houses. One house is based on state populations, and the other house has equal.
The House of Representatives.
Incorrect. One house is based on state populations, and the other house has an equal representation for all states. What is this collective name for the United States legislature?
Senate.
Incorrect. Congress. Toss-up 18. This book follows the journey of a family across the United States in 1869. The book describes the family's interactions with other passengers, workers, and the landscape on the Transcontinental Railroad by Brian Cloca. What book's title is another name for a steam engine train?
Locomotive.
That's correct. Bonus 19. The Roentgen is a unit name for their discoverer. They have frequencies between UV and gamma waves. What is this form of electromagnetic radiation often used in medical imaging of teeth and bones? That is correct. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Oh, sorry, toss-up. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. What is the boiling point of water in degrees Fahrenheit?
150 degrees Fahrenheit.
Incorrect.
300.
Incorrect. 212. Toss-up 21. This military base covers parts of Hardin, Meade, and Bullitt counties in Kentucky. It was named after the first United States Secretary of War. Give the location of the U.S. Gold Repository.
Fort Knox.
That is correct. Bonus 22. This dance, a descendant of Lindler, means revolve in German. Name this dance, it comes in many forms. One example being a Boston version that is more commonly associated with Vienna and its signature 3/4 time.
Corvette.
Incorrect, Captain.
No answer.
Waltz. Toss-up 23. This punctuation mark is used before subtitles or after formal letter salutations. Perhaps its most common use is for introducing list. Identify this punctuation mark which shares its name with a body organ.
Ellipses.
Incorrect. That is correct. Bonus 24. These respiratory organs extract oxygen from water. They have a similar function but operate differently compared to lungs. What are these organs that fish use to breathe?
Skills.
That's correct. Toss up 25. What is the largest prime number that is smaller than 100? Incorrect.
What was it? 97.
97.
Good Did you not know there was a military base? Good job.
On the screen is not.
Somebody might have flipped that battery.
Yeah, so if the battery's.
Yeah, my battery's out, so.
Apparently, it's
Mine works.
Addie's works.
So serious.
I think that one's mine.
Yeah, that was saying Addie, so, yes,
Okay.
All right, now, okay, now say Lee. Now, let's see it, I'll hand it to her.
Oh, let's do
Is it not wanting to stay in? It's no big deal.
Continue reading.
Flip the battery.
What are having more batteries? Let me try it.
There we go. Yeah. Okay, say Lee, now try it again. Okay, so flip your battery.
Wonder if having more batteries.
Yes, I remember seeing it.
Oh, but he's red. Are we red? Oh, we're red.
Oh, wait, no, it's all right. All right, okay, now Addie, try to push it again. Okay, see ya. All right, okay, Audubon, let's try those. Let's just hit James. Oh, did you hit yours accidentally?
No.
Hit yours again. Okay.
Try that too, James.
Oh.
All right, switch again. So that was weird because they.
It did.
It did, it works. Okay, now try it. Okay, now try it. We'll get it. Ace and Riley, right? Okay. Okay. Everybody had, and it says, you guys all have pencils and paper? There's pencils in the front, make sure. Yeah. Time is the fall. Okay, so coaches, are we ready?
We're ready.
All right, guys, teams, are we ready? Okay, toss up one. This quantity equals the normal force times a namesake coefficient. It can cause heat to be produced, such as a skidding car.
I would say blue.
Incorrect. It can cause heat to be produced, such as a skidding car or rubbing your hands together to stay warm.
Vitamin A's.
That's correct. Bonus 2. State the simple subject of the following sentence. The small carton of nails was found in the junk drawer.
Small part of nails.
Incorrect, Captain. Incorrect, carton. Toss up 3. Examples are Paris, London, Los Angeles, and Copenhagen. These are generally larger than villages and towns. What are these primary units?
Vitamin gray.
Cities.
Correct, sorry. Bonus 4. A fair 6-sided die is tossed. What is the probability of rolling a prime number? Correct. Toss up 5. Akira Yoshizawa is considered the grand master of this form of art, of which he created over 50,000 examples. What is this Japanese art form that takes its name from words that mean folded in paper? Correct. Bonus 6. A piece of string is 2 1/4 units long. If the string is cut to 3 pieces of equal length, how long in units will each piece be? That's correct. Toss up 7. This structure includes bases labeled A, T, G, and C. It usually takes on a double helix shape. Identify this main genetic material of living things on Earth.
Cells.
Incorrect. DNA. Toss up 8. Examples of these industries are healthcare, education, transportation, and public administration. These industries are not directly concerned with production or manufacturing. What are these things we can provide?
Vitamin gray.
Service.
That is correct. Bonus 9. In this fairy tale, a spoiled princess reluctantly befriends a frog who retrieves her golden ball from a deep well. What is the title of this fairy tale that ends when the princess throws the frog against the wall and he transforms into a man?
Princess and the Frog.
Incorrect, Captain.
The Frog Prince.
That's
No, the Frog.
incorrect. It's the Frog Prince. Yeah. Toss up 10. Within this painting, 5 central figures crowd around a table illuminated by an oil lamp that hangs above. Alongside glasses filled with coffee, the namesake figures reach for a plate of tubers. What is his first major work of Vincent van Gogh?
Watermelon.
Coffee table.
Incorrect. The potato eaters. Toss up 11. He served as a U.S. representative from the state of Tennessee. His nickname was King of the Wild Frontier, and he died at the Alamo in 1836. He was his pioneer known for his. That's correct. Bonus 12. This process involves a slowing of metabolism and is often associated with bears. Identify this process of sleeping and resting for much of winter.
Hibernation.
That's correct. Toss up 13. Van Rompuy's theater is known for its use of these items. Jim Henson created Kermit, Miss Piggy, and Big Bird. What are these figures that are moved?
Muppets.
Incorrect. What are these figures that are moved either by strings?
Mouse James.
That's correct. Bonus 14. State the prepositional phrase used in the following sentence. We camped by the lake. That's correct. Toss up 15. Anthony is adding the fractions 1/6 and 1/10 and knows that the least common multiple of 6 and 10 is the common denominator. What is the least common multiple of 6 and 10?
Autumn bread.
60.
Incorrect. That's correct. Bonus 16. He was born in Virginia but represented Kentucky in Congress in the early 1800s. He was known as the Great Compromiser. Name his orator from Kentucky. Incorrect, Captain.
James Madison.
Incorrect, Henry Clay. Toss up 17. It takes 8 minutes for Victoria to walk around the block. How long does it take Victoria to walk around the block in seconds? That's correct. Bonus 18. This structure is bounded by layers known as the MOHO and D double prime layer. It makes up portions of the lithosphere and all of the asthenosphere. What is this largely molten middle layer of the earth which rests below the crust? That's correct. Toss up 19.
Time out.
That's so serious.
Judge.
She was like not, she like would not, like.
We're in front of it.
Okay, did you see the heads and substitutions? Yeah. Okay, so between the heads and substitutions, I'm gonna add a six. Switch with that, and then speed for 60. Okay. Ready? Okay, toss up 19. In David Weisner's reimagination of a classic children's story, the title animals fly into other storybook stories in a paper airplane. On their journey, they encounter a dragon and a cat with a fiddle. In what book did the wolf blow down the house of a trio of barnyard animals? Incorrect.
Audubon, correct?
The Three Little Pigs and the Big Bear.
Incorrect, it's just 3 pigs. Toss up 20. Choreographed by Eugene Loring, this ballet features sections that include Card Game at Night and Gun Battle. Throughout the ballet, its composer made use of several cowboy songs like Cowboy, Goodbye Old Paint. Identify this ballet by Aaron Copland that portrays the title Outlaw. Billy the Kid. Toss up 21. For one work composed by this man, a 400-foot pavilion was created in London's Green Park to celebrate the end of the War of Austrian Secession. Another work by this man includes the Hallelujah Chorus. Identify this composer of music for the Royal Fireworks and Messiah. Handel. Toss up 22. This quantity is equal to energy divided by the speed of light squared, according to one famous equation. It can be measured in units, such as grams. Identify this property for the amount present of a given substance. That is correct. Bonus 23. Protesters against this process have been jailed, but objections because of religious or strong philosophical beliefs are allowed. The last time it was used was during the Vietnam War. Name this process by which the government can force individuals into military service. That's correct. Toss up 24. One author of these works was Matsuo Basho. This sentence might be a short, simple example of this poem type. What are these traditional Japanese poems with a 5? That is correct. Bonus 25. Multiple answer required. Which positive factors of 12 are composite numbers? Incorrect, Captain.
3, 6, 9.
Incorrect. 4, 6, 12. Toss up 26. State your answer as a mixed number. A recipe calls for 2 3/4 cup of milk. If the recipe is doubled, how many cups of milk should be used? Incorrect. That's correct. Bonus 27. States in this nation include North Rhine-Westphalia, Saxony, and Bavaria. It is the most populated member of the EU and was a key enemy of the U.S. in both world wars. Name this European nation with the capital at Berlin. That's correct. Toss up 28. Please spell your answer. This word is a verb referring to a conviction or assumed knowledge that a person trusts. Spell believe. That's correct. Bonus 29. In 2022, this company announced plans to acquire Activision Blizzard Incorporated. With this acquisition,
CL, from defending herself. You're like, she's so serious.
I'm not doing too fast.
No, I think you're right, it's fast, but I mean,
I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
I need a second.
Oh, I like that. Yep.
Oh, it did too.
You just want to do change here. Okay, let's go ahead and do the buzzer checking. Let's do everybody. So let's start with Val. Say Blue, Addie, and then for Audubon, Keelan, Ace, Gray, and Caleb. Okay, we ready for taking half? Okay, am I reading okay? I'm not too fast. Okay. All right, toss up one. Suppose a number is 25 less than 2 times x. If x equals 30, what is the number? Incorrect. That is correct. Bonus 2. This city is located at the falls of the Ohio River. It is the home of a famous horse race, usually the first Saturday of May. Name this largest city in Kentucky. Incorrect, Captain. That's correct. Toss up 3. This material lies below the humus and above the subsoil. It is typically rich in microorganisms and minerals. What is this term for the upper layer of the ground? Incorrect. All right. Incorrect. Topsoil. Toss up 4. These types of idiophones can come in many shapes, sizes, and materials, depending on the culture they are created in. Ones from Oceania are made from seeds and coconut shells, while some Native American ones are made from turtle shells and seeds. What type of percussion instrument is often made as toys? Incorrect. What type of percussion instrument is often made as toys for babies? Incorrect. Rattle. Toss up 5. Recent TV adaptations of this genre have included Wheel of Time, Shadow and Bone, The Witcher, and Game of Thrones. Popular works in this young adult subgenre include Aragon, The Mortal Instruments, and Harry Potter. Identify this genre. That's correct. Bonus 6. These members of the group Scyphozoa are different from the similar-looking cone ones. Because of their life cycle, scientists have argued that some of these are nearly immortal. What are these sea animals known for their stings? That's correct. Toss up 7. This adventurer explored parts of Canada and the northeast United States. He is known for sailing on a ship named the Half Moon. He was an English explorer who lends his name to a river and large bay in North America. That's correct. Bonus 8. The circumference of a circle is 24 pi units. In units, what is the radius of the circle? Captain. 12. Toss-up 9. Sentences incorrectly joined by these punctuation marks are said to have a namesake splice. They are often inserted unnecessarily, but certain uses are warranted, such as informing a positive or after certain letter greetings. Identify this punctuation mark used to separate clauses or items. Incorrect. Identify this punctuation.
Comment?
That is correct. Bonus 10. This form of dance that rose in the 1960s as a reaction to rock music blended elements of funk, soul, pop, and the salsa. What type of dance associated with the music of Donna Summer, the Bee Gees, and the Tramps also names its namesake ball? Incorrect, Captain. That's correct. Toss-up 11. This location is about 2,000 miles from the U.S. mainland. It became the 50th state of the United States in 1959, home to Diamond Head and the volcanic.
Thomas James.
Incorrect. Home to the Diamond Head and the volcanic.
Audubon is.
That is correct. Bonus 12. The ratio of stringed to brass instruments in the orchestra is 8:5. There are 25 brass instruments. How many instruments are stringed? Incorrect, Captain. That is correct. Toss-up 13. Animals classified this way are also known as endothermic. They include mammals and birds. Give this term for animals that regulate body temperature internally. Incorrect. That's correct. Bonus 14. This form of music was popularized by troubadours, but it reached new heights in the 16th century with the rise of the madrigal. Today, music that is categorized by this adjective includes heavy metal, rap, and pop. What type of music is contrasted with sacred and refers to music that isn't religious?
Non-religious.
Incorrect, Captain. Secular. Toss-up 15. This character's mom loans him out to a neighbor to help type obituaries about people who founded his town. What is the name of the protagonist of the 2012 Newbery Award-winning novel Dead End in Norvelt? The same name as the author. Jack Gantos. Okay, Muhammad, go ahead and buzz in. Let's make sure. Oh, it's Sydney. Sorry, I'm so used to using. Okay, go ahead and vote. Oh, no, wait. Now, now we got it. Okay, are we ready? Okay, toss-up 16. This man represented Delaware in the U.S. Senate from 1973 to 2009. He served 2 terms as Vice President of the United States under President Obama, named as President of the United States as of 2022.
Joe Biden.
That's correct. Bonus 17. The volume of a cube is 64 cubic units. In units, what is the length of each edge of the cube? Captain. That's correct. Toss-up 18. Cellular respiration occurs in these structures. Like the chloroplasts, they have their own DNA and lead to the production of ATP. What is this powerhouse of the cell? That's correct. Bonus 19. These mythical animals are said to be so dangerous that the hunters wear stovepipes on their legs to keep from being gored. The origin of the stories surrounding these creatures likely came from rabbits found with horn-like blunts under their skin. Identify this animal from American folklore, a jackrabbit with deer or antelope horns. Captain.
Jackalope.
That's correct. Toss-up 20. This musical element is dependent upon the frequencies and intensities of sound overtones, and it is determined by the shapes of the instruments. What is this element of music that allows a listener to distinguish between a guitar and a piano? Incorrect. Incorrect. Timbre. Toss-up 21. Official name, please. This holiday commemorates the United States becoming a free nation. In the United States? Incorrect. In the United States, what holiday is? That's correct. Bonus 22. This adjective can be used to describe the pattern of a planet's orbit. It is similar to circular. What is this word, which refers to an exercise machine that combines aspects of a stair-stepper and treadmill? Incorrect. Captain. Elliptical. Toss-up 23. 2 angles form a linear pair. One of the angles measures 84 degrees. What is the measure in degrees of the other angle? That's correct. Bonus 24. Those in this profession often work with climatologists and may either be academics or work on news stations. Some of them may be storm chasers. Who are these scientists that study the behavior of weather? That's correct. Toss-up 25. Though the end of this man's dancing career, he developed schizophrenia. He had previously choreographed both the afternoon of a fawn and the rite of spring. Who was this in the match? Now to sports.
I'm so glad that it's over. Need your name tag, yeah, we'll use a picture.
Good
We still made it.
Oh, you did a cooler? No, you did it.
We still need to learn.
That's right. Dude, I'm hungry for some lunch.
I'm thinking chicken. That's how we do
Well,
Hey, what do you think?
Can you all vote for your sportsmanship award?
So what is that?
Your sportsmanship. Good job, guys. So we gotta think of one other team for who was on there.
Here you go. Everybody right with the same marker and then.
Yeah, that's really good. I'm doing good. I'll let you all vote.
Let's go.
Should write it down.
Is it raining?
I think we were very. Yeah, we should write it down.
What's
That's not really on the
Yes,
show.
it is.
No, it's not.
It is if you say it is.
No, it's not.
It's full.
So what else did you have? Just got words for it.
We're now ready for everyone to start making their way to the gym. We will have awards in just a few moments. Thank you. It's nice to be in person this year. We're glad to host today. I want to thank all of the staff of Sorgho Elementary School, first of all, for everything they've done today to host this. I appreciate their help. Thanks so much. And then I want to thank all the coaches and volunteers who it takes to do this job. So if you are a coach or a volunteer who helped us do the quick recall or test or whatever, they stand up, please. And everybody give them a big round of applause, because it is a commitment. And we appreciate that so much that we were able to host this in person today. So we have a series of awards that we'll be giving out today. In the case of a tie, and there are some ties today on the scores, so what will happen is I will give the medal today to the person in alphabetical order, and then your coach will order you a medal, and KAAC will send you one, okay? So don't think if you're in a tie today that you don't get a medal. You will get one. We just have to order them, okay, as we go through this today. So we're going to start today by talking about our written assessments that took place today. And so we'll start with Arts and Humanities. So if you want to find the row that says Arts and Humanities. Okay. We have a three-way tie. So we're going to give the third place medal to that person, and then we will order. So we had a tie for third, fourth, and fifth place. Everybody's got the same score there. Okay. So congratulations to third place to Callie Britton of West Louisville Elementary School. So come on down, Callie, over here. Okay, and you'll get that medal today. And by the way, parents, if you want your child to go over and take a photo in front of our balloon background here, please do. That's why we put it here. So don't feel free to come down and take a photo, or coaches, if you want to take a photo, that's great. Okay. Also in third place, from Sorgho Elementary School, Zanaya Tay. Zanaya, come on up here and be recognized, and we will get you a medal for third place. Excuse me. Also, we'll get Mom take a photo there too. Okay. Also in third place in Arts and Humanities, from Faust Elementary School, Addie Oost. So Addie, come on down and get your picture made, and we'll get you a medal as well. In second place, from West Louisville Elementary School, Della Harris. And in first place in Arts and Humanities, from Sorgho Elementary School, Kaylee Booker. The next written test we will talk about is language arts. In fifth place, from Sorgho Elementary School, Andy Contrato. In fourth place, from Faust Elementary School, Layla Herrera. In third place, from West Louisville Elementary School, Lydia Martin. In second place, from West Louisville Elementary School, Callie Britton. And in first place, from West Louisville Elementary School, Peyton Hawthorne. The next content category we will give out medals for is social studies. And again, we have a tie this time for between 4th and 5th place. Okay, so it's 4th place tie. In 4th place, from Sorgho Elementary School, Kaylee Emick. Also in 4th place, from Sorgho Elementary School, Landon Harris.
Yeah.
And Landon, we'll order you a medal too. We get your picture today, okay? In 3rd place, from Sorgho Elementary School, Reed Reddish.
Yeah. Really?
In 2nd place, from West Louisville Elementary School, Bailey Dance. And in 1st place, from West Louisville Elementary School, Hayden Wright. The next category of content assessment was science. In 5th place, from Sorgho Elementary School, Audrey Willoughby. In 4th place, from West Louisville Elementary School, Emerson Blanford. In 3rd place, from Faust Elementary School, Say Blue Patoon. In 2nd place, from Sorgho Elementary School, Carter Harris. And in 1st place, from Faust Elementary School, James Gore. The next category is mathematics. In 5th place, from Sorgho Elementary School, Jameson O'Brien. In 4th place, from Sorgho Elementary School, Noah Oberman. In 3rd place, from Faust Elementary School, Say Love Patoon. place from West Louisville Elementary School, Brandon Byrne. And in first place for mathematics from Faust Elementary School, James Gore. We had some students also who participated in some activities earlier in the week for our composition writing, which is a written assessment where students write to a prompt. They get to write a response to a prompt. And the winners, we had 3 competitors and 3 winners. So in third place, Malin Salinas from West Louisville Elementary School. In second place from West Louisville Elementary School, Peyton Hawthorne. And in first place from West Louisville Elementary School, Callie Britton. We also had a team participate in future problem solving. These students had to research a topic over time and learn a process to write a answer to a problem solving task. And we had 1 school participate in that, and so they get first place, and that's West Louisville Elementary School. Have any future problem solving students here to get the medals today? If not, oh, we do. Come on up. Awesome. The next set of awards that we will give out today are for quick recall, which is the quick answer question buzzer system that we did just a few minutes ago. And so, in second place, Audubon Elementary School. No, they don't get that. Sanders. It's regional. All right, great job. Audubon quick recall team. And our first place quick recall team goes to Faust Elementary School. We have another award, and we'll talk about that for a few minutes while they're getting their photo here. We have the Catherine C. Hume Sportsmanship Award. It is given, the students vote and give it to the team that they feel was the kindest and nicest and most welcoming throughout the day today. And so we had a tie. And so then I called schools who weren't in the mix to come up, and we had a tie again. So now I have the names in this bucket, and I'm going to ask Ms. Carrico to pull one out, and that will be the recipient of the trophy for the Sportsmanship Award. But I will tell you, the 2 schools who were both nominated is West Louisville and Audubon. So congratulations to both schools. And the winner of the trophy is West Louisville Elementary School. All right. Okay, so that was an interesting thing there. Just kept tying and kept tying. So now we have the final winners for District 17. This is District 17 of the Governor's Cup. All the students who received medals today will move on to the regionals here in a few weeks. So there's lots of schools having a competition today, and they will get to compete again in the regionals here in a few weeks at West Louisville Elementary School, correct? That's the host of the regionals. So that will be in a couple of weeks. So we have trophies for the teams who accumulated the most points. So parents, how this works is every time a child gets a medal, it's worth so many points. Okay? So in the written assessment, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 points. In quick recall, the top team gets 8 points. The second place team gets 5. Future problem solving, 8, 5, and so on. So that's how all of that is tallied up to determine who are the overall winners. So, in second place with 28 points today, Faust Elementary School. Congratulations. Your team can get together in a few minutes here and get a big picture with that. And the overall winners today, in first place with 56 points, West Louisville Elementary School. All right, so that concludes our award ceremony today. We want to thank everybody for coming out. Coaches, if you want to get together with your teams and take a photo over here, you're welcome to do that. We hope you do that. That's why we created this, for you all to take some photos of your groups today. And everybody have a great afternoon. Thank you for being here today.
It'd be super